Hello everyone, and welcome back to another coin roll hunting video. In today's video we'll be searching through $100 in quarters and $20 in nickels. So let's get into it. Alright, so I thought that we'd start by edge hunting the quarters together, and I'll just start doing this while I'm explaining, but basically for quarters, any quarters 1964 or older are silver. And so I'm going to be looking at the edges of these rolls before I go in more detail and look through them, because if you look at the edge and it's a silver coin, you'll be able to tell straight away it's a very bright white silver coin. So I thought that while we do this, I would talk a little bit about what I look for with quarters. This is only my second quarter hunt, so I'm still a little new to doing quarters, but they're pretty fun to search through. So like I said, I'll be keeping everything that's older than 1964 because it's 90% silver. So that's a tip for you guys. If you have any quarters at home, and you can look through your pocket change now, and if you got any quarters older than 1964, then they're worth a lot more than face value. Also, I search for the 2019 and 2020 W quarters. So in 2019 and 2020, the West Point Mint minted some quarters, and they're low mintage, so they're worth a good amount. I also search for foreign coins, so I end up with a lot of Canadian coins, proof coins, so San Francisco proof coins, which sometimes you'll be able to tell when you're edge hunting if it's a proof coin, if it has a really thick edge. And you can tell with some of these that another coin roll hunter's been searching them, because like this coin, somebody drew a marker down the side of that. So they had a roll just like this, and they just went with the Sharpie and went shoop to show that they searched through it. So that's not the best sign, but that's okay. Also search for errors, so I'll be setting aside a lot of these to look for different errors, because there's a lot of errors. I did look at the edges, at the enders, not the edges, the enders, which are just the coins on the ends of each roll, and I didn't see anything so far. And I hope we find, it'd be really nice and cool if we could find some silver. I've never found a silver quarter, so that would be pretty cool, and I don't have any right now, so that would be a super awesome find for me. Alright, let's get through these last three rolls, and then after this I'll cut and I'll set aside, I'll look through, and if I find anything then I'll bring you back in, and if not then I'll set aside a bunch of coins to look for errors, and then I'll bring you back in if I find any error coins, which I bet that I'll find at least one minor error coin in this. I'd be pretty surprised if I didn't. And that right there, let's see. This coin on the end looks a little strange to me, the second from the end. Nope, it's definitely not a silver coin. That's a modern coin for sure. So never mind there. Just a little off color. Let's get through this last roll. And then after we go through the quarters and I've done all the finds for that, then we'll do the $20 in nickels that I've got. And also I wanted to say, I am looking for other banks around me that are willing to order boxes, because right now I'm not able to get boxes from the bank. So hopefully I'll be able to find one soon in my area that I'm able to get some more boxes from, so we can do full box hunts of coins. And with that, let's get into these quarters. Alright, I just finished searching through all the rolls for the quarters, and I didn't end up finding anything, but I've set aside all these coins here to look for errors, so I'll do that, and then I'll bring you back in. Alright, so I just finished looking through the quarters for errors, and I didn't end up finding anything, surprisingly. So I thought that we'd move on to the nickels now. So let's get into that. Alright, so just like we did with quarters, I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I search for in these hunts as we start opening these rolls. So to start things off, I'll be setting aside anything that's pre-1962 with nickels, because there's some errors that I search for in some of those coins. So I'll just be setting aside anything older than 1962. To go with that, other coins that I search for, anything old, so older than a Jefferson nickel, so like a Buffalo nickel or a V nickel, would be super cool to find. Also, from 1942 to 1945, there were silver war nickels, which is the main reason why we edge hunt nickels like this. Because let me grab one of these over here. I've got one over here. This is a silver war nickel here, a 1944 silver war nickel. And you can tell it's a silver war nickel by the mint mark above the building here. So this has a P mint mark, so it's a Philadelphia minted. And they put that mint mark there because during the World War II, they needed to make nickels out of silver so they could save the silver, or save the nickel rather, for the war effort. And then the idea behind putting the mint mark above the building like that is that the government could then collect those nickels and melt them back down. But they didn't end up doing that, and there's still many in circulation. So let me show you. If I put this in a coin roll, just like this, and I'll show you, you can see how dark that edge is. So oftentimes the silver gets really dark like that, and so it'll be easier to pick out of a roll if we edge hunt. Not saying that we won't miss it or anything, but it's a lot more likely that we'll see it if we're edge hunting. I also look for foreign coins. I find a lot of Canadian foreign coins in these nickel rolls, so we'll see what we get. I also search for proof coins, which I have never found a proof coin, so it'd be really cool to find us a San Francisco proof. Any denomination, really. It'd be cool to find. Also, Henning Nickels, which are a type of counterfeit nickels, made by this guy named Henning, which is why they're called Henning Nickels. And so I'll be setting aside, I mean, all of these are older than 1962 anyway, but I'll be checking all of these for Henning Nickels. The years 1939, 1944, 1946, 1947, 1953, and 1953. Because Henning Nickels are a type of counterfeit nickel, and they often sell, if you can identify them, they often sell for, recently I've seen comps on eBay for between $100 and $300 for a circulated nickel, so it's pretty cool. They have some pretty cool stories, and I have a video about them if you'd like to learn more about them. So it's a pretty interesting, cool history story if you like history. Alright, so let's get through these last couple rolls. Let's see what we got. So far I'm not seeing anything just off the edge. Sometimes we'll see foreigns based on the edge, or proofs, or like I said, mainly silver. But so far I'm seeing nothing. So let's see if we can find something. Also, I'm looking around for more banks in my area that are willing to let me order boxes, because mine right now I'm not able to. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to find a bank soon that lets me get boxes. But for now, the bank that I'm at is letting me do 10 rolls of each denomination, besides half dollars. So I'll be doing that until I can find a place to get me some boxes. But it's just one of the troubles with coin roll hunting, I guess. Alright, so I'll search these and see what I find, and I'll bring you back in if I find anything. Alright, I'm in the very last roll of nickels, and we have our first find of the hunt. I don't know if you see this, but the second coin back, that's a Buffalo nickel right there. So let's see if we can, let's flip it over and see if we got a date on there. We do, 1936. So there we go, we got a 1936 Buffalo nickel on the hunt. Alright, so I just finished searching through the nickels, and so I thought I'd bring you all in for the wrap-up. So today, we didn't have any luck with quarters, and we didn't have a ton of luck with nickels, but we did find one 1936 Buffalo nickel. So at least I'm glad that we found at least something in those 20 rolls that we searched through. So if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I try to make content like this, coin roll hunts, and also videos about coins in my coin collection and their history. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I try to respond to all the comments that I can, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.